and thanks for joining us as we take a live look over downtown Dallas. Many of you seeing some snowfall out in parts of North Texas. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cleo Green. Today is Saturday, January 11th. I'm alongside meteorologist Kyle Roberts, Lauren Nevitt. We're tracking snowfall, as I said, all morning long. Taking a live look now at DFW International and Love Field airports. It's a little chilly out there. There are several delays from last night, because you remember last night we were tracking severe storms, tornado warnings. So I think they're really just trying to play catch up right now. And then we saw the snow flurries as well, alongside meteorologist Kyle Roberts, Lauren Nevitt this morning. And of course, the big story for today is the snow, the weather. We're taking a live look behind us at our Denton Tower cam. This is what it looked like maybe around, what, 8 o'clock this morning?
Yeah, I think it started falling, I don't know, maybe 6:30 or so this morning.
All right, so this is live. So nothing has melted just yet. Still looks like a winter wonderland out there.
It's melted into the parking lots a little bit. So I think what happened is it came down heavy enough to accumulate on the parking lot, and now that, you know, it stopped falling, that concrete's running a little warmer and kind of melted it away there, but the grass a little cold, so that's why it's sticking there.
So Kyle, what are the areas that we saw that snowfall? I know Decatur is one spot. Our Chris Sadeghi is live there this morning, but it was Decatur and where else?
It looks like the heaviest spots were in and around Decatur, in and around Denton, so parts of Wise County, parts of Denton County, even out toward Breckenridge, Young County a little bit farther to the west, with 2 to 3 inch snow totals there.
Wow.
In and around, you know, the DFW area, the Metroplex, Denton was obviously the highest spot there, but there were some places that saw a little bit of a dusting, you know, Flower Mound, Frisco, Plano, saw a dusting as well, enough to maybe build a little small snowman. But as far as, you know, the DFW area, the worst of it definitely in the Denton area, and those definitely had the highest totals of about, you know, 2 to 3 inches for sure.
And speaking of snowmen, our Chris Sadeghi was out in Decatur all morning long.
Yeah, he's live there this morning as well. The conditions have definitely changed out there. Chris still bundled up this morning because it is pretty cold.
It is cold, although the sun is coming out, and it is turning what was a beautiful scene with a fresh sheet of snow. It is now turning it into a slushy mess for the cars coming by and spraying it everywhere, and it's slipping and sliding. So it's becoming a nuisance quickly. So take it easy out there on the roads. But we did have fun while it lasted. In fact, we've been hearing a lot about hashtag Decatur Snowman this morning. A lot of people coming out, taking pictures. In fact, we've been in front of Bigger Hat Store on the square here this morning. The owner heard about this. He was watching Daybreak. He came out and actually loaned Mr. Snowman a cowboy hat. I posted the picture. It was a photo op. I posted it on our Twitter, or my Twitter, at Chris Sadeghi. So take a look at that. He has been quite the hit. Getting a lot of people coming by, waving, out enjoying the snow while they can. We saw one couple getting a snowball fight, so it was definitely fun while it lasted, guys. We had a good time out here on the Decatur Square, and hey, there's still a little bit of snow. You might be able to make Mr. Snowman a girlfriend, I don't know.
Hey Chris, I love the hashtag Decatur Snowman. As you said, people were coming out there and talking to you this morning. What are some of the drivers saying? Because it's definitely slushy in downtown Decatur.
Yeah, it was slushy. We saw them kind of slipping and sliding across the road, spinning their wheels. We saw one truck had trouble kind of getting up over this hill. But yeah, people coming by, waving. We had some people come out, take pictures of the snowman. It was definitely a hit. Although I will say, they came out and they said, we thought it would be bigger. But you know what? I guess everything's not bigger in Texas. When you're talking about snowmen, at least, you can only build them so big.
I wonder how long he's going to last. What do you think? I mean, the sun's starting to come out there. He may last a little longer than the rest of the snow, but I don't know, maybe mid-afternoon or something like that?
Well, you know, he was born on January 11th,
oh my gosh, you know what?
He's going to die on January 11th, 2020.
It's like a mayfly, only lives for, you know, a few hours.
Yeah, Chris, you said the flurries. What time did they start?
Yeah, around, I'd say 6 a.m. or so, and those snowflakes were huge. They were big and round and fluffy, looked like something you would see on a ski slope somewhere. Ooh. So if you were up at that time of morning, you definitely got to see big, you know, the big kind that you catch on your tongue. It was something to see, I tell you that.
Chris, is it equally as cold as when you started out this morning?
It's definitely warmed up. The sun's come out, like I said. I can probably lose this layer here. I will say, Walking around in the slush has definitely caused some frostbite on the toes. I dressed appropriately up here, was not thinking about footwear though, so
Right.
that is a mistake on my part. I'll probably be paying for it later.
Chris, can you tell us exactly where you are right now?
Yeah, we're right here on the downtown Decatur Square in front of the beautiful historic courthouse. Lots of businesses out here, a lot of, we had Trinity Street Coffee Bar. They warmed us up nice and warm this morning with some coffee. And, we were kind of comparing my snowman to the snowman they still have on the banner up there from the holiday season.
No
I don't know. I
comparison.
think it's pretty close. Don't you think, guys?
I sure do.
I think you won that one, Chris.
Who gave you that bandana?
I actually had that in my bag. It was from an event we did a couple months ago, so I had it offhand. And then the little knit cap is just one of my gloves that I turned inside out. The cowboy hat looked really cool, though. You'll have to go on my Twitter page and check out how he looked with the cowboy hat. Frosty the Cowboy.
Chris, you are so funny. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. It's funny because, we see the slush on the roads there. Yesterday, dealing with heavy rain. So I don't think TxDOT really pre-treated any roads in any areas because of that.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of accidents early this morning, specifically in Denton County, some towards the Decatur area. But yeah, now that it's turning into slush, expect definitely a lot of slipping and sliding.
Right.
Take it easy out there.
And temps are only going to warm up. So, it's slushy now, but it should melt away. It's not like I see it refreezing between now and the afternoon because our temperatures are going to warm the rest of the day today. We will drop below freezing again overnight tonight, but I expect most of that to be gone or at least kind of melted away before we drop back below freezing. And, I can't rule out maybe a slick spot, on a bridge or overpass or something like that in those areas that did have that snow that accumulated on the roadways as we head into tomorrow morning. But I think those would be few and far between.
Yeah, that's why you have to take it easy out there. Our photojournalist, Gary Olty, is actually driving around on some roads in Argyle this morning. Gary, what is it looking like out there? I can see the snow, in the fields there in the grass.
Yeah, I'm headed northbound through Argyle on 377. And the good news is for the drivers anyways, that it's clearing up a little bit to the west and the sun's trying to pop out. And, like y'all mentioned earlier, most hard surface areas, the snow is for the most part melted, or it's certainly rapidly melting, but you still see a lot of it in the grassy areas or under where some shade is. Now, that doesn't mean that the bridges and overpasses are clear yet, but the main areas with a lot of traffic, the roads are improving dramatically. Side streets, still a little slush on them. Again, be careful if you're going out. I just passed a family of 3 outside having a snowball fight, so still enjoying what they can by scratching some of the snow off the ground. But again, the roads themselves, you can still see a little bit on the side of the road, the slush. But the main center where most of the traffic is, most of that slush is gone. But still, take it easy until the sun comes out and melts the rest of this away, and it'll be short-lived.
Hey, Gary, you've been driving around all morning long. Any parts worse than others?
Yeah, I went up actually from Dallas up to Sanger on 35E and past the merge. And most of the worst of it was actually in Denton proper, north of the lake, and right around the university area. And then as I came down 35W, same thing, right through Denton, not so bad in Sanger. And then as you go farther south, it kind of lightens up a bit. But most of it was right around the university area, UNT. That whole area was where it's really the thickest, and some of it's really in one spot on 35W southbound. It was, accumulated on the trees like it had been really blowing a lot. But, it's that old silly adage that says, if you don't like the weather in Texas, wait, a couple hours and it changes. And that is going to be so true. If you look back from last night from, buckets of rain per hour and crazy amounts of rain and tornadoes to less than 24 hours later, you got snow on the ground and kids making snowmen and reporters making snowmen. So it's just, wait and it changes. And, it's cliche, but it's so true.
Hey, Gary, TxDOT wasn't able to really pre-treat any roads because yesterday we did see that severe weather, a lot of rain. Did you see any flooding in any parts or any areas?
No, I saw some high water up in Sanger, the usual areas along the side of the road, but nothing that would cause any drivers any problems. I did see one truck with a snowplow on the front, but he was kind of parked along the side of the road. I did see a brine truck and a truck which wasn't spreading any sand. So I think the worst of it's over for the road people, and now we just kind of wait for it to melt and for the sun to come out. But there is still some standing water and stuff on the side, but no, I didn't see any flooding. I have seen a couple of cars along the side of the road on northbound 35W. I saw two vehicles that had spun off, one in the center median area and one on the right side of the road. Both drivers still in them, but they're going to need a tow truck to get out. One had front end damage, and one was just kind of stuck in the mud in the bar ditch. But there were still some people who were just maybe possibly going a little bit too fast, or hit an icy patch or a slushy patch and lost control. But like I said, for the most of that, we should, by another hour or so, much of these roads will be pretty clear, if not starting to dry.
All right. Thanks there, Gary. Always a pleasure to have you. You've been tracking those roads, live driving all morning long for us. Let's get over to meteorologist Kyle Roberts, because he is very busy in the weather center. Some of you wondering, well, how is it going to shape out for the rest of this weekend?
Yeah, the rest of the weekend is going to be pretty nice, especially as we head into tomorrow. But in the meantime, still dealing with the cold and obviously that wintry weather from earlier this morning. Let's take you back, show you what it looked like in Ponder a little bit earlier this morning. Richard Hooper sent this in. Nice coating of snow there in a Ponder earlier today. I love a dog in the snow video. That just speaks to my heart. There you go. Dog's first snow. Thanks to Jacob for sending that in. Nice frolicking out in the, looked like maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow there, if not, maybe more than that. Pup's first snow in Frisco. Jennifer Little sent this in. Maybe not quite as excited because the snow is not as deep as that other video, but still checking it out there in Frisco. Now the snow did return. Officially out of DFW Airport, we had 0.2 inches of snow. It's not very much, but it is our first measurable snow in 3 years. The last time we had measurable snow, a little over a year ago, January 6, 2017, where we had 0.1 inches, and it's the most snow we've seen since January 5th, 2015, 5 years ago, when we had an inch. Other totals across North Texas, about 2 to 3 inches, anywhere from Hubbard Creek Lake, Denton, Decatur, Crum. Justin picking up on over an inch of rain, snow, I should say there. There's the snow moving off to the north and east, kind of Bonham to Paris to Clarksville, maybe some flurries to the east of McKinney, northern Hunt County. That's where it's lingering, but as you can see, it's really kind of starting to fizzle out here, and most of you are done with it. Here's where things look like. Remember yesterday evening, all that moved out. Then we got on the cold side of the system, and that wraparound snow moved through earlier this morning. And as I switch over to satellite and radar, we can see the sun trying to break out across our western areas. So the cold temps, the below freezing temperatures that we have outside at the moment, once that sun starts to break out, we'll climb up into the low 40s, maybe even some mid to upper 40s across the region later on today. So yes, a chilly afternoon for sure, but with sunshine, and should be a little bit better later on today than what it is this morning. And tomorrow, even better after a freeze tomorrow morning, 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon. That'll be rather nice. One more time for you, the weekend forecast there. The snowman in Plano, I forgot this was there, but Leslie, you're going to get a shout out yet again. There's your snowman in Frisco. I need to add in the other picture where you added in some accessories to him there. Then we're back into the upper 60s to low 70s Monday and Tuesday, so snow is a distant memory as we head into the early part of next week, and a little rain possible Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but no more wintry weather on that 10-day forecast. Lauren, how's traffic looking?
All right, Kyle. So traffic is a lot better than it was this morning. This morning it was crazy. The roads were slick. I saw cars spinning out everywhere, and there was still a lot of flurries coming down in Denton. But right now that seems to have stopped. The roads seem to be clearing out. Traffic moving along just fine here in Denton on 35. You can see that the snow still piled up on the sides and the median and in the grass. So luckily, I'm not seeing any traffic issues because of the weather. If anything, it might be because people are distracted by trying to look at some of that snow left over. Earlier this morning, all of this area, so 380, 287 around Decatur, it was all red and orange, signaling really slow traffic, but it looks like that is finally starting to clear out. As I mentioned, traffic flow getting pretty much back to normal. Kyle mentioned if there is slush out on the roads, it should be clearing any minute now as the sun starts to come out. So really not seeing terrible conditions on the roadways. Right now, the only thing I'm seeing is a debris on southbound Sam Rayburn Tollway at MacArthur Boulevard. Left lane blocked from that, causing a little bit of a backup to 35E. But once again, I don't think that's snow or weather related. I'm not seeing any frosty areas within Dallas or Fort Worth on the maps, but definitely something to be aware of, and just take it slow out there for a little bit longer until those roads start to clear out. But overall, traffic not affected too much by the weather conditions out there. Cleo, back over to you.
All right, thanks, Lauren. We know in the day and age of social media, everyone was pretty much sending in some photos and pictures of what they saw in their neck of the woods. Thank you so much using that hashtag #IamUp. Alex tweeting snow here in North Texas. Oh, I love this, right? Kyle, here's the dog. You love the dog videos. Herbie saying, update, y'all, it's snowing in Texas. My first ever experience with snow is here. It's mine too, Herbie, and it's too much for me.
It's too much
Look
for
at
all of
Herbie.
us.
He's got a little jacket on. Dave for Texas. Dave, thanks for this. Yeah, here in North Texas, yesterday it was near 70. It sure was. Right now it's about 28 with a wind chill of 18. And snow showers. Wow, I love that video there too. And another one here from DFW Colt 45. All right, Krista saying only in Texas you can go from 72 and humid, tornado warnings, and then it's off to snow all within 12 hours. And she's so right.
Yeah.
I mean, historically, Kyle, where are we in terms of the snow? Has it been 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It's been 3 years since the airport, which is where we take our official measurements, has seen measurable snow. 3 years. And then the first time in 5 years we've had more than that amount. So the most snow we've seen in about 5 years here in North Texas. There's kiddos that have never seen snow
until
that might be 2 or
today.
3 years old that have never seen it until today, which is
I must
great.
say, it was such a treat because it seemed like everyone around the Metroplex got to experience at least some
got to see
flurries.
it,
At
right?
least some flurries. I mean, even us here in Dallas, we saw some pretty big flurries out there, so that was nice.
Look at the live look behind us, guys.
It's
Our
beautiful.
Denton
It really
Power
is. It puts a smile on your face.
Exactly.
I know. Way to
So if you
start off
woke
the
up late
weekend.
this morning, stings for you. You probably missed it. But thank you so much for joining us here on our digital platforms. Kyle, always a good idea to download the WFA weather app,
Always.
right? All right. Thank you so much and have a great day. Stay safe out there. Take it easy out there on the roads.